So today we're doing a quality check on one of the units at Greenhouse Manor. The first thing we want to do is to make sure that the cleaner code works. That means the lock is working properly. If the cleaner code doesn't work, there is a master code we can use to get in, and then we have to reset the lock. Before we go in, we actually want to do a quick check of this ashtray. So just open to make sure it's empty. So what we want to do when we come in, turn on all the lights, leave them on. This way, if they start flickering, we can tell if things need to be changed. So there should be 2 light bulbs on these fixtures over here. But what I'm looking for here on a quality check is that make sure the windows are locked down here. In the summertime, when it's hot, we want to make sure the AC is on 74. This one's on medium, so we want to put it on low speed and cool. Leave it like that, this way guest has a nice place to walk in. We want to make sure that the air freshener here is on 1 anion, and the light, just double click on the light and we should turn that off. And then if the filter button is lit up, we just have to hold it and it'll reset it. So we want to check lights. This one needs a new light bulb, so we will change that out in a few minutes. We also want to turn on the TV, make sure the remote works, see if the fire curtains works. If the remote doesn't work, we'll turn it on manually. The remote is not responding, so we'll look at putting a new battery for the remote as well. With the TV, once it gets on, we want to make sure that it's on guest mode, that we check out the last guest that was here. While that's doing that, we want to check to make sure that the closet door will open. Same cleaning code. So this one, after a while of not using, it might go dormant, so we might have to enter the code a few times. We'll try 4 times. If it doesn't work, then we have to use the app to actually reset it. There it is. See? So it does fall asleep. That's the problem. So inside the closet, we do have some supplies. We don't have to worry about that, the cleaner does. But we want to make sure that they can access it. We also want to check, make sure this works. This is one of the highlight features of our place. So another thing is we want to make sure that the clock is set at the right time. It's working. So I think just want to set it at the right time. So you don't have to take it down every time, but if the time is wrong, that means most likely the battery is dead. Another thing we're listening for is any chirping from the smoke detectors upstairs and downstairs. So while you're doing all this, if you start hearing chirping, most likely one of these smoke detectors will require a battery replacement. Coming into the kitchen, same thing. We're going to turn on the lights. We're going to turn on the arcade machine. We also want to check, make sure the refrigerator is empty. We want to also empty any water in there, so guests can fill it up with fresh water. Teapot, check to make sure it's okay. We usually leave it center of this, some dents in it. I mean, it's still usable, but it's going to be up for replacement. So the current, we want to open this, make sure there's no cup in here. Open up the microwave. Make sure it looks clean inside. Quick look at the oven. Make sure that's clean. Step on the trash can. Make sure that opens up. So quick checks. We want to open up the drawers. Just have a quick look. Make sure we have a decent amount of stuff in here. We want to open up the glass. Make sure we have enough cups and glasses for everybody. Up here should be some storage bags, wrap, and aluminum foil. So that's fine. We're going to look down here, make sure there's a couple of paper towels, garbage bags, dishwasher pods, some cleaners for the guests. We're also going to open up the utility drawer, make sure that we have a decent amount of silverware. Well, quality check, we don't have to be as thorough, just make sure this looks like there's plenty for the guests. We leave snacks for the guests as well. So right now we're leaving 2 granola crunches, a fruit bar, and a salted sweetie nut, as well as one popcorn for guests. So I'm just doing a quick look to make sure things look to be in order. We'll pull out stuff when it's more of a deep clean, a quarterly maintenance check to see if we need to replace any of these items. Same thing with the window. You can lift one of the blinds, make sure that it's fully locked. Check the patio door too, make sure that's locked. We'll check the outside later. Make sure the patio door's good. Leave these open like this. Another thing we want to look at is the heaters. In the winter time, the breakers are off, but we still want to make sure that they're in the off position. And this one's already in the off position, so that's fine. We want to also make sure click on the power. We want to have it where it's these two lights that are on, and we'll leave that on. And you also want to do a visual check of liquid, so I see that the hand soap is full, so that should be fine. Okay, so now that we're done down here, we can turn everything off. You might need a battery replacement for this, so I'll just leave this on the table so I know. And we need a light bulb replacement over there. So now we're gonna head upstairs. While walking upstairs, we want to just check the carpet, make sure there's no debris left on the carpet. We're gonna start with the back bedroom. Again, turn on the light, make sure everything is on and good. So we have a desk lamp here as well. Turn that on, leave it on. Another desk lamp here. So I'm gonna leave that on while I do my quality check. I also want to turn the TV on here. Let that come on. Make sure the guests checked out. So again, I want to check to make sure that heater's in the off position. Air conditioning, now that it's summertime, right now it's on medium, so we're going to change it to low. Low, cool, 74. We also want to make sure that both locks are on. So this is how it was when it came on. One side's locked, but the other one wasn't. So we want to make sure that it is fully locked. We're also going to check these drawers. Make sure guests didn't leave anything behind, no surprises. This drawer, we have a little surprise here. We'll take that with us. There is some paper in some of these drawers, we leave that, that's fine. But yeah, this doesn't belong to stuff. I can wear this too. We're gonna open up the closet. Most units have a high chair and a pack and play. So that goes in this big closet here. I'm going to move the hangers over to the other side. There should be at least 6 hangers for the guests. So this one has 7. I'm okay with that. Close that. As you can see, the TV is on guest mode and it has checked out, so we're good there. We also want to come in. There should be 2 cubicles. So this way when guests come and they have socks or small items, they can throw it in there. We want to check the safe. So to check it, you press 0 4 times. And then the button below it. As long as it comes green, we're good. If it happens to be locked, we want to make sure that we unlock it. Oh, I didn't press enough zeros. 4 zeros, unlock it, and just lock it, and this way it's open for the guests. Here we have a luggage rack, a drying rack, and an ironing board, and an iron. We also have the bedding, sheet sets, and pillows for the sofa bed downstairs. So we want to make sure that everything's available in here for the guests. Some other things that are just visual, we want to make sure there's a trash bag in the wastebasket in here. And when we're done, we turn off the desk lamps and the nightstands, and then just roll back the desk lamp real quick. So we're going to move on to the front bedroom. Again, we want to turn on the lights. And leave them on while we're doing our check. Turn on the TV. And we'll start our check. We'll make sure the alarm is on and sets the right time. We'll look in the drawers to make sure the guest didn't leave anything behind. Good there. AC, again, this one's set at high, so we want to change the fan speed to low. With this one, you don't have to check the windows since we have to keep the window open. We want to make sure that the heater is on off in the room. So this closet only had 3 hangers. We want to make sure there's 6. So there was 1 extra in the other closet. I took that. We're going to add 2 more later on as part of our QC. Make sure the closet door is on its track. Sometimes it does come off, but if it's off, we would put it back on its track and just leave it open for the guests. And as you can see, the TV is on guest mode and it has checked out, so we can turn that off and have it ready for the next guest. Since we're on the 2nd floor, we're listening for any chirping from the smoke detectors. So in case if there's any chirping, then we'll have to replace stuff. So when we're done, we can start turning off lights. So now we move on to the bathroom. Again, we turn on the lights. We turn on the fan as well. This ceiling fan works. For 221.5, unfortunately, one of the lights don't work, so right now we have tape over it. We do need to get that fixed. So when you come inside, we want to make sure that we have 4 bath towels on the rack. We have 1 hand towel on here, a couple of makeup wipes on the counter, and then you got your washcloths and an additional hand towel on here. Want to open this up. Want to check, make sure that we do have a couple of cleaners in here, which we do, and there's a plunger down below as well. We also want to check to make sure we have extra toilet paper. So we have these holders on the side of the toilet. There should be 1 on each side. The one that's on should be at least half a roll. This is a little less than what I like, ideally. We want to open the door, make sure there's a mop behind the door, and again, we want to check to make sure the heater is off. You can pull back the curtain, take a quick peek inside the bathtub, make sure it's nice and clean for the guests. We're also looking to make sure nothing is dripping from the faucet or from the bathtub. Inside the closet, we have an empty sprayer, so we need to replace that, but there should be another full set of towels for guests inside the closet. Again, we want to check to make sure there's a bag in the wastebasket for the guests. We also want to check to make sure the hair dryer is still here. We have some bits and pieces from here. So yeah, the hair dryer should be in the drawer. The other drawer should be empty. We have an extra wrapped toilet paper, so that's okay. And when you leave, if you turn on the light, the night light should come on to indicate that that outlet is working. This is for the 221 units. We want to check the back patio. So first thing we want to do is check to make sure that the outdoor light works. Which in this case it does not. So we need to replace that light. While we're out here, normally this will have a grill cover. We want to check to make sure that the grill is clean, relatively clean for the guests. This is a really good example. We didn't reset. We want to take down the umbrella. Make sure the table is clean. Pop up the chairs just in case it rains. This way it's not wet when it gets. take a quick look at the patio, make sure there's no garbage. That's not natural. Bottle caps. Bits of papers. Not good as well. Want to open this, make sure that there's nothing, like there's a cigarette butt in here, doesn't belong. Want to move away the locks from the main ignition so that it's easier to light. Cover that back up. And these chairs, I'm going to put them at the corner, just like that. And that's how you reset the patio. Right now the grill is wet. So normally we like to put the cover back on the grill, like some of the other grills that you see that have covers on right now. So for every clean and quality check, we want to, the goal is that we want the guests to come in and have a good experience and not have to worry about finding something that's out of place. You know, like the light not working for them, or the TV remotes are not working. But we want to make sure that, you know, when they come in, everything works, everything's in order for the guests.